communities, and they're fostering a tradition of success that's going to be there for their citizens today, but those who have yet to be born. So we'll get to the good stuff. Each of the 6 finalists to my left, your right, will be making a short presentation. Then I'll invite our board to announce the awards. So without further ado, I'd like to invite Nikki Sandoval to the podium. She's going to share with you the academic readiness effort from the Santa Ynez Band of Chumash Indians. Did we get the PowerPoint?
Haku, Maktuka Nikki, Kashcholiti Nono. Hi, I am Nikki, and I'm really happy to see you this morning. Thank you for joining us. I'm from the Santa Ynez Band of Chumash Indians, and what we do is we nurture the development and academic and cultural pathways for our citizens from birth through career. We're investing in education, and we're doing it early for the long term to serve our communities not only now, but in the future. We do this through individualized academic services at every pathway, every point in a human life. And we've been really able to enjoy great success in that area. This is our community in the Santa Ynez Valley. This is an area known as Camp 4 on the slide. We live in one of the most beautiful places in the world. These beautiful faces, they're why we do what we do. Our early academic preparation starts with our 3- and 4-year-olds, and what we do is we provide opportunities for our students to understand, or for families in our community to know where our children are at the youngest age, and to provide those supports so they'll be ready for school. A child who is successful and ready to enter kindergarten is more likely to graduate high school and then graduate college. And we've seen, again, some wonderful outcomes. And these outcomes are solidifying our cultural and our political sovereignty. Our philosophy is to proactively address educational needs. Remediation is extremely expensive in both human and financial terms. You can invest wisely now in education, or you can pay a very heavy price later. Here are some of the outcomes that we're really proud of. In the state of California, it was reported in 2015 that 80% of the population in California graduated on time with their freshman cohort in 4 years, which is something to celebrate. In our community, 97% of our community members graduate high school. Thank you. There was a time in our not too distant past where only half of us were graduating high school, 97%. No, close to 30% of our population of adults have earned a vocational or trade certification or a college degree. College now, or going on to pursue higher education, is the norm. It's part of this culture that we're fostering of higher education, and our numbers continue to climb. We have 111 adults right now enrolled in seeking a degree or a vocational or a trade certification. Thank you. We've learned a lot through the years, and it's our hope that all that we've done can serve each of you as you're working to pursue educational outcomes in your communities. We understand that all of our contexts are unique, but if there is something that we can share with you, we are happy to do it. And that's one of the joys of being a part of this wonderful program, is that dissemination is part of the process. So we really want to share lessons learned with all of you and look forward to working in partnership with Honoring Nations to get that word out. I'm delighted to share a short clip about education in our community. If you could please roll the video, because it tells the story and you can hear people speaking in their own voices. If you could roll the video, please.
Perhaps one of the greatest measurements of success for the Santa Ynez Band of Chumash Indians is found right on the reservation in the story of the tribe's education department. Up until the 1980s, fewer than a handful of Santa Ynez Chumash had attended college. but those numbers have increased significantly. Today, nearly 100 tribal students are currently attending colleges, universities, and trade schools. The Education Department first began in the early 1990s as an ad hoc program organized by Vice Chairman Richard Gomez.
If you were a member of the tribe and you could prove that you were a descendant of the tribe, we helped you. And the first year we had 3 kids that actually took use of the program.
Since then, the Education Department has grown into a program that benefits the entire tribal community. In 2009, Dr. Nikki Sandoval was named Education Director. With a Bachelor of Arts degree from Pepperdine University, a master's degree from George Washington University, and a PhD from UCSB, Dr. Sandoval is in a perfect position to serve her tribal community.
When I was selected, it was a great honor because it was a sacred responsibility that I was about to take on.
Dr. Sandoval works with the Education Committee to guide strategic educational investments in the tribe's community members.
There had been a dream in our community to create a learning center where we could learn and grow as a community. And so now we have 5,000 square feet of space that's dedicated to our academic programs and services. The Education Department embraces everyone from birth through career in supporting our academic pathways and our continued learning. Our Education Department ensures that we'll have these learning opportunities not only now but for future generations, because we really want to nurture the next generation of leaders in our community, not only for us but for the world.
One future leader is Sammy Martinez.
Sammy has been able to utilize tutoring. He is 5 years old right now. He's been in the tutoring program for about a year, and I feel like it's helped him tremendously. He's learned how to read with Miss Donna, who is his tutor. My dream for Sammy is for him to go to college, for him to get a degree, for him to be successful.
One tribal student who has taken great strides on the path to higher education is Bailey Marquez. She received her bachelor's and master's degrees from Stanford University and is currently studying for her PhD at UC Berkeley.
I graduated from high school and went to Stanford and went in thinking I was going to be a lawyer or a politician, and that changed over time. I actually did an internship teaching where I taught middle school children over the summer, and I just fell in love with teaching. I decided I wanted to be an educator. After college, moved to New Mexico and was a teacher on the Navajo reservation. I wanted to go back and pursue my master's in education. So returned to California and got my master's in international and comparative education at Stanford University. I kind of fell in love with research, finding answers to things that mattered to me very deeply, and that's what made me want to pursue a PhD.
When she completes her PhD studies in approximately 6 years, Bailey hopes to become a professor at a research institution and also mentor other Native students. Bo Armenta, who grew up on the reservation, recalls his decision to pursue a degree in culinary arts.
I went into culinary arts because I love cooking. I absolutely love cooking. 15 years old is really when I started jumping into cooking. I started on the Willows. Sergio, who's still the chef there, kind of took me under his wing and he's like, all right, let's start cooking. And from that point on, I was just like, this is the coolest thing in the entire world. I got accepted to the Culinary Institute of America in New York. The most amazing experience of my life.
After graduating from the Culinary Institute, Bo moved back to Santa Ynez.
The whole reason I really wanted to move back was to give back to the tribe. They put me through this amazing college, the best of the best, and I was like, you know what, I really just want to give back to them and share the knowledge that I picked up over there.
Bo now manages one of the tribe's restaurants, Route 246, in the town of Solvang, just a few miles from the reservation. He shares the technical knowledge he gained from the Culinary Institute of America and works with his team members to make Route 246 one of the best restaurants in the region. Dr. Selena Nakano received her Bachelor of Arts degree from UCSB and her Master's of Arts degree and PhD from Arizona State University.
Growing up, my aspiration was always to be a helper. I knew that psychology was one of the helping professions. So as a school psychologist and as a behavior consultant, I get to help people. I became a behavior consultant, working with children with behavior challenges.
For Dr. Nakano and other Santa Ynez Chumash, pursuing higher education was a rather lofty goal, and one which didn't always seem within reach.
As a young student, I looked around and I saw that there was hopelessness. Now, everywhere you look, the Education Committee has a very strong presence, and they go above and beyond to put on as many culturally enriching and educationally enriching programs as possible to support the development of the youth, to get them to see that there is so much more to life, that their life began here and they are being built up here, but they will leave here and they will go on and experience different parts of the world, meet new people, earn degrees, find out what their passions are, ultimately with the hope that they would come back to contribute and share their gifts in some way.
As you can see, education has transformed our lives. It's transformed my life. I'd like to thank you for your choice to serve your nations. You are serving our